Hello children. So we will start with the problems of first sets, relations and functions, right? So the first one, you are given a universal set A, B and find the value of A intersection B complement. A intersection B complement. When I proceed the calculation here, I would better we follow the universal set. First set A consisting of the elements 1 to 5. Okay, set B consisting of 6, 7. So the universal set consisting of the numbers 1 to 10. So 1, 2, remaining 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So when you apply this Venn diagram, it's easy to identify. So that A intersection B complement. This is the set A and this is set B. B complement means other than B, the remaining part. But intersection with A is nothing but A itself. So therefore, A intersection B complement here in this diagram, clearly you can see that it is nothing but the set A itself. So the answer is equals to, so the answer is B, A itself is our answer. Coming to the next one, A union B intersection A union C is equals to A, B, C are given to you. So let me take up here A union B intersection A union C. So first of all, let me simplify A union B intersection with A union C. So A union C. So why didn't you apply the reverse way of distributive property, A taken common. So A, when you take up common, A union of B intersection C. B intersection C. So that is equals to, now we can apply A union of B intersection C. This results in A union of B intersection C. But clearly you can see that A is equals to this one. B intersection C is the common points. Which are the common points? You have 4, 5 and 12. So B intersection C is equals to 4, 5 and 12. And A union of this one. So 2, 3, 4, 8, 10 including these numbers. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5 also included. 5 included only in this one. So option is equals to A is the required answer. So answer is equals to A. Coming to the next one, A and B are disjoint sets. Then A union B is given by. So once A union B, A and B are disjoint sets separately. This is A, this is B. There is no common portion. Therefore, N of A union B is nothing but actually N of A plus N of B. Minus N of A intersection B will be 0. So the answer is nothing but C. So therefore, N of A intersection B is, A union B is equals to N of A plus N of B. Coming to the fourth one, then what is N of A cross B? A cross B means it is the Cartesian product, the number of elements in the Cartesian product. See, there are 3 elements here, 3 elements here. So the number of elements in this one is given by 3 multiplied by 3, that is equals to 9 elements. So the answer is equals to, for this one, it is equals to 9. Which consists of number of elements in Cartesian product. Number of elements in A cross B is equals to number of elements in A multiplied by number of elements in B. That's it. Coming to the next one. A set A has n elements, then the total number of subsets of the A. It is a direct formula. Number of subsets is given of the any set A is given by 2 to the power of n. It's a formula. So therefore, applying the formula, you get answer here 2 to the power of n. And the next one, the sets A and B have 3 and 4 elements respectively. So what can be the minimum number of elements in the A union B? See, to have minimum number, see, B itself is having 6 elements. So the number of elements, definitely the number of elements in A union B, so that must minimum should consist of or less. So minimum where number of values which consists of is equal to 6 only. So less than 6, then you cannot have A union B as a from the sets A comma B, B is having a 6 elements. So the minimum number of elements of A union B must be is equal to 6. Even though suppose A and B intersection is equal to intersection existing it, or they are disjoint also. Suppose even they are disjoint, these are the 3 elements and 6 elements. There are 3 elements and 6 elements. They may have the common elements, but the minimum union is these two and union is these two. So definitely it should have the minimum values are 6. So the answer is equals to 6b. So minimum elements. Coming to the next one, if A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the number of proper subsets of A is given by. We know the number of subsets is given by. Number of subsets of the set A is nothing but 2 to the power of n. That is equals to 2 power 5. So 2 power 5 is equals to 32. But a null set is again a subset of it, and A is also a subset of it. He said the proper subset means the subset cannot have include A itself, and therefore I say the answer is equals to 2 to the power of 5 minus 1, that is equals to 31. So answer is 31. Proper subset means A will be is equals to A itself. Okay, then we cannot have the set. Why? Because the number of subsets is nothing but the null set, comma set 1, comma set 2, and so on set 5, and combinations will be getting set A itself. That A cannot be equal to that because it is a proper subset you required. So the answer is equals to 31. The answer is 31. Coming to the next one, two finite sets have m and n elements. The total number of subsets of the first set is 48, more than the total number of subsets of the second set. See, the two sets, number of elements in the first set is m. N of A is equals to m. Number of elements in the second set, n of B is equals to n. Total number of subsets of the first set. Okay, number of subsets from the first set is nothing but 2 to the power of m is 48 more than the total number of subsets of the second set. So it means the difference of them to the number of subsets from the first set, number of subsets from the second set, the difference is 48. Okay, and therefore, and this will be satisfied by options wise, we need to verify that. And you can check that one. So 2 to the power of 6 minus 2 power 4, that is equals to 64, minus 2 power 4 is 16, and that is equals to the required number 48 will be getting. So therefore answer is equals to C. So answer is C. Coming to the next one. In a college there are 300 students and every student reads 5 newspapers. Every student read 5 newspapers, and every newspaper is read by 60 students. Therefore, total number of newspapers is how much? Let me assume the total number of newspapers is equals to X, because every newspaper will be read by 60 students. That means the number of students. Therefore, X multiplied by 60 is the number of students reading it, and that must be is equals to, as 300 students are reading every student reads 5 newspapers, therefore we'll be getting 300 multiplied by 5 will be equals to X multiplied by 60. So X is equals to 300 multiplied by 5 divided by 60. So you will be getting 25. So the answer is equals to exactly 25. So the answer is exactly 25. Coming to the next one, if A is equals to set X such that X square minus 5X plus 6 is equal to 0, A, B and C is given to you, A cross A, B intersection C. So we know clearly you could see that B intersection C is equals to only, B intersection C is only set to 4. Okay, A we need to calculate. A is equals to factorization 2 comma 3, you get it. A cross B intersection C. So A is equals to set 2 comma 3 because it is only the solution of X square minus 5X plus 6. So therefore x square minus 5x. X square minus 5x plus 6 is equals to 0. It's nothing but x square minus 3 plus 2 into x plus 3 into 2. So the solution for the set A is equal to 2 comma 3. Now let me calculate A cross of B intersection C, and this is a 2 comma 3 set cross product with the set 4. So therefore 2 comma 4 and 3 comma 4 is only one answer. So the answer is equals to first option. So the possibility is only the first option here. Coming to the next one, RB a relation on the set M of natural numbers. RB a relation on the set of natural numbers defined by x is in relation to y if and only if x plus 2y is equals 8. Then what is the domain of R? Since x is a real number satisfying the condition, I would consider 2y is equals to 8 minus x. Now let me take up the x values. When x is equals to 1, how much is the y value? Y cannot be possible. Why? Because y is actually 2y is a even number. Therefore, you must subtract only the even numbers. So if x is equals to 2, y is equals to, I hope 8 minus 2, 6 by 3, 6 by 2, that is equals to 3, got it. Y is equals to 3, right? Now, and therefore x is equals to 3 when I substitute, not possible. X is equals to 4 when I take up. So y is equals to 2, right? And x is equals to 6 when I substitute. Then 8 minus 6 is 2, y is equals to 1. And after 6, 7 and 8 you cannot substitute because y is a natural number, and therefore you cannot take up the value of x greater than 6. So the pair which you are getting 2 comma 3 is one ordered pair, and 4 comma 2 is another ordered pair, 6 comma 1 another ordered pair. So in this one, the domain is nothing but the first coordinates. So the domain of the relation is equals to 2 comma 4 comma 6. The answer is 2, 4, 6 is a C option. So answer is C option. Coming to the next one. If A is equals to A comma B comma C and R is equals to A comma P, B comma P and A comma P, B comma A, B comma C. The relation is, first of all, let me check the reflexivity. When you take up, since there are 3 elements A, B, C, A you have, B, B you have, but C, C you don't have it. C comma C does not belong to R, and therefore it is not reflexive. So therefore not reflexive. Let me take up the symmetry. You have B comma C. B comma C is existing it, but C comma B does not belong to the relation, and therefore it is not a symmetric relation. So next one, transitivity. As you have A comma B, okay, belongs to R, and B comma C belongs to R, but A comma C does not belong to R, and therefore it is not a transitivity also. So therefore it is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. So answer is none of these. So answer is none of these. Coming to the next one. If A is equals to 2, 3, 4, 5, then which one of the following relation is a function from A to itself? Okay, let me take up the first one. Take up A to itself is set. So when I take up the first one, A option. So when I take up A, F1, it is nothing but actually the set y is equals x plus 1. When x equals to 2, y is equals to 3. X equals to 2, y is equals to, because it is y plus 1. And when x is equals to 3, y is equals to 4. So 2, 3 comma 4, and definitely 4 comma 5. But after that you cannot substitute. Why? Because maximum is 4. If I substitute a 5 here, you will be getting 6. It does not belong to the set. So, but in this case, no doubt it is 1, 1 and on 2. But you cannot define, is it 1, 2 function? No. Therefore, it cannot be possible. So, because the set A consisting of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Okay, and set B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these elements 2 related to 3, and 3 related to 4, and 4 related to 5. So what happens when x is equals to 1? Of course, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. There is no 1 here. There is no 1 here. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. But 5 cannot be related there. And 2 is a square element which is not onto, it is neither, it is not a function at all. Let me take up the B option. So that's nothing but f2 is equals to, they will be getting x plus y is greater than 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. The set is 2, 3, 4, 5. And you have x plus y is greater than 6. What is the possibility in this case? When you take up here x plus y greater than 6, what are the different possible? 2, 3 is not possible. 2, 4 is not possible. 2, 5, 1 possibility. And 3, 4 possibility is there. 3, 5 also possibility is there, and so on. Here itself you can say it is not a mapping, because the same x coordinate is having a same x coordinate is having a different images, which is not possible. Let me take up x is greater than y, third one. So therefore it is x greater than y. How is it possible to have it? So x is equals to 3, y is equals to 2. X is equals to 4, y is equals to 2, and y is equals to 3. So therefore, and so on. Clearly you could see that two elements are related with one element related with a distinct element is not a mapping. It's not a mapping. It's not a mapping. So the only one solution is equals to fourth one. X plus y is equals to 7. And therefore f4 is equals to, it is 2, 5, 5, 2. And 3, 4 and 4, 3. 4, 3. So clearly satisfies the condition over here. So therefore, now which on the following relation is A to itself? It is a mapping, and it is to itself. We'll be getting it up. So coming to the next one. So answer is D. Coming to the next one, the domain of the function. So what is the domain of this function here? Since the under root value must always be positive, I consider here 2 minus 2x minus x square. So 2 minus 2x minus x square should be greater than or equal to 0. So therefore, I would say that 2 is greater than or equal to 2x plus x square, and therefore x square plus 2x is less than or equal to 2. I would make it perfect square by adding 1 on both sides. We'll be getting 3. X plus 1 whole square is less than or equals to 3. So definitely I would say from here, x plus 1 taken whole square minus root 3 whole square is less than or equals to 0. So factorizing x plus 1 minus root 3 multiplied by x minus 1 minus root 3 plus root 3 less than or equal 0. So this is an equality, and therefore x value lies between minus 1 plus root 3 and as well as here 1 minus root 3. No. It is supposed to be 1 minus root 3, and this is supposed to be minus 1 plus root 3. So clearly you could see that 1 minus root 3 and minus 1 plus root 3. So the answer is equals to, in this case, minus 1 minus root 3 minus 1 plus root 3 is our required answer. Okay, right. Minus root 3 plus 1, it is a plus 1, minus 1 minus root 3 minus 1 plus root 3. Clear? Right. So answer is equal to B. Coming to the next one. So when I take up f of x is equals to 1 plus x to the power of 4, then what is f of x into f of 1 by x? So let me calculate here. So f of x is equals to 1 plus x to the power of 4. F of 1 by x is equals to, it is 1 plus 1 by x to the power of 4. So what is the product of these two? F of x multiplied by f of 1 by x. When you multiply, you get it 1 plus x power 4 plus 1 by x power 4 plus 1. So definitely this is nothing but it is 2 plus x power 4 plus 1 by x power 4. I got it. So but when I take up here, option wise you can choose that one, the first one, f of x plus f of 1 by x. When you add f of x plus f of 1 by x, that is equals to 1 plus 1, 2 plus x power 4 plus 1 by x power 4, exactly coinciding answer, and therefore that is equals to f of x into f of 1 by x. So therefore I would say that it is the f of x into f of 1 by x equals to f of x plus f of 1 by x is a correct answer. Coming to the next one, the number of objective functions from the set A to itself. Objective functions from set A to itself, if A contains 108 elements. Number of bijective mappings. Yes. So number of bijections. Actually, from set A to A, the number of bijections. To have a number of bijections, you must have n of A must be equals to n of B. And B is equals to A itself. B is equals to A itself. And therefore, the number of mappings is equals to n factorial is the formula. So therefore, as there are 108 elements there, the number of bijections would be 108 factorial. So the number of bijections from set A to itself is nothing but 108 factorial. Coming to the next one, what is the domain of this function here? As you know, that under root value must always be positive. The first square root of x minus 1 plus under root of 6 minus x. So first part x is greater than or equals to 1 compulsorily. Second one, x is less than or equals to 6. Therefore, x belongs to the interval. So 1 comma 6 is a required answer. Belongs to 1 comma 6 closed interval. So answer for this problem is equals to C. So 1 comma 6. Coming to the range of the function, very important, x square minus 1 divided by x square plus 2x. So f of x is equals to x square minus x divided by x square minus x by x plus x square plus 2x. And to simplify this one, to find the range of this function, I shall proceed like this. Factorizing it, numerator x into x minus 1 divided by x multiplied by x plus 2. Now I would assume it like this, and to find the domain of this function is equals to, which is nothing but minus 2 comma 0 is the domain. Okay, I would assume this is equals to y, and finding out inverse and then find the domain of y, inverse of y will be the range of the function. So to evaluate and assuming that x is not equals to 0, so that these two gets cancelled. Therefore, by cross multiplying, you will be getting xy plus 2y is equals to x minus 1, and then simplifying, x multiplied by y minus 1 is equals to minus 1 minus 2y. So x is equals to, it is 1 plus 2y divided by 1 minus y. So therefore, definitely I say that y cannot be equals to 1 to define x value. So one condition is nothing but y cannot be equals to 1 to define x as a real number. But there is one concept where we are assuming that x is not equals to 0, and we are getting the condition over here. But observe carefully that we are assuming that x is equals to y is equals to, when x is not equals to 0, when you are assuming y is equals to this particular number, what happens when x is equals to 0 over here? So therefore, when x is equals to 0 in y is equals to x minus 1 by x plus 2, and that gives you answer as minus half. As x cannot be is equal to 0, y cannot reach to minus half, and therefore y cannot be equals to minus half also is the answer. So therefore, the correct answer for the problem is equals to minus half comma 1. Therefore, you cannot have, y cannot be equals to 1, y cannot be equals to minus half. So the answer is equals to first option. Let's proceed now. The next one is about the domain of sine inverse of 2x plus 1 by 3. So domain of sine inverse of 2x plus 1 by 3. How would you go? So because 2x plus 3 as a domain of sine inverse is lies between minus 1 comma plus 1, 2x plus 1 by 3. So 2x plus 1 by 3 should lies between minus 1 and plus 1. So that 2x plus 3 lies between minus 3 and plus 3. And 2x lies between minus 6 and 0. So x lies between minus 3 and 0. So therefore answer is equals to minus 3 to 0 will be the answer for this one. Minus 2 or minus 3, because you are dividing by 2, it is supposed to be minus 3. I think 3 3s are 6. I hope I will be getting minus 3 only. No chance for that one. So minus 3. Let me check once again. It's 2x plus 1 by 3. So 2x plus 1 by 3. Yeah, correct only. So 2x plus 1 by 3 lies between minus 3 and plus 3. And therefore 2x plus 1. Sorry, here it is plus 1. So therefore minus 4 here and plus 2 here, dividing by this one minus 2 and 1. So the answer for the problem is equals to, so minus 2 comma 1 is the required answer. Coming to the next one, the range of the function f of x equals to 7 minus x p x minus 3. Being it is a permutation combination, so 7 minus x p x minus 3. The conditions here is nothing but, so 7 minus x must be greater than or equals to x minus 3, one condition. And at the same time, x minus 3 should be greater than or equals to 0. X should be greater than or equals to 3. Right? And therefore, from here, simplifying that one, 7 minus plus 3, 10 is greater than or equals to 2x. And therefore, x must be less than or equals to 5. And x must be greater than or equals to 3. And at the same time, that x value is an integral value. So what into consider that x an integral values which takes 3, 4, 5. Let me check the possibility of this value. In this case, when x is equals to 3, if I substitute in the given condition, so 7 minus 3, it is 4p0, that is equals to 4 factorial by 4 minus 0 factorial, which is equals to 1. Now x is equals to 4 when I substitute. So 7 minus 4 is 3p1, that is equals to 3p1 value is happen to be is equals to 3. Let me take up x is equals to 5. When I substitute 7 minus 5 is equals to 2 and 5 minus 3 is 2. 2p2 is equals to how much value? 2 will be getting it down. So therefore, a range of this value function is given by 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So the answer for this problem is equals to 1, 2, 3. That is the answer C. Coming to the next one, the domain of the function f of x equals to x minus 2, 3 minus x. As under root value must be positive, so we have, so x minus 2 multiplied by 3 minus x must be greater than or equals to 0, 3 minus x. But if I can take up interchanging of these two, multiplying by minus sign, x minus 3 must be less than or equals to 0. Now you could clearly see that the solution for this one, it lies between 2, 3. So because it is equal 0, x can be equals to 2, x can be equals to 3, and therefore the answer for the problem is 2, 3. Solution for the problem is 2, 3. Satisfies the condition over here. Right? Yes. Coming to the next one. Let's proceed. F of x is equals to x minus 1 by x plus 1. Then what is f of x? Is equals to how much? Yeah. So f is equals to x minus 1 by x plus 1. So that implies f of x is equals to It is fx minus 1 divided by f of x plus 1. And then you substitute x minus 1 by x plus 1 over here. X minus 1 by x plus 1 minus 1 by x minus 1 by x plus 1 plus 1. And take up LCM of that. X minus 1 minus x minus 1 divided by x minus 1 plus x plus 1 is equals to. And simplifying, I hope we'll be getting minus 2 divided by 2x. That equals to minus 1 by x. So answer for the problem is equals to minus 1 by x. Right? Coming to the next one. If f of x equals x minus 1 by x plus 1, then what is the inverse of the function? So f of x is equals to x minus 1 divided by x plus 1. Hope it's right? Right. To evaluate the inverse of the function, let me calculate equal to y, equate it to y. Express x in terms of y. So that gives you x minus 1 is equals to xy plus y. X multiplied by 1 minus y is equals to 1 plus y. And that implies x is equals to y plus 1 divided by 1 minus y. Y plus 1 divided by 1 minus y. And this is nothing but f inverse of y. So inverse of the function is equals to x plus 1 divided by 1 minus x. So when you take up answer for this one, 1 plus x by 1 minus x will satisfy the condition over here, right? So the answer is equals to B, right? Coming to the next one. You are given a function f and a function g, and find the values of x such that g of f of x is equals to 8. So you are given that g of f of x is equals to 8. But what is f of x? 2x plus 3. So therefore, we'll be getting g of 2x plus 3 is equals to 8. But what exactly g function x square plus 7? Okay, so therefore, g is nothing but x square plus 7. In place of x, you replace by 2x plus 3. This is x square plus 7 is equals to 8. X square plus 7 should be equals to 8. Now this is a quadratic equation. Now we can simplify 4x square 12x plus 9 is equals to 1. So 4x square plus 12x plus 8 is equal to 0. Okay, dividing by 2, you'll dividing by 4, I think we can be getting x square plus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equals to minus 1 minus 2 are the results. So therefore x is equals to minus 1 minus 2. So clearly see C is the answer. Coming to next one. G of f of x is equals to modulus of sin x. F of g of x is equals to sine root x whole square. Okay, there is no other choice, so that you have to proceed from the option wise. Let me take up the first option. F of x is sin x. F of x is equals to sin x. And g of x is equals to root x. G of x is equals to root x. That's the first option. So let me consider here g of f of x is equals to g of f of x is equals to g of f of x means it is under root of f of x. Okay, under root of f of x. Sine square x, sorry, I think it is a sine square x. First option is a sine square x here. So it is sine square x. And therefore g of f of x is equals to f of x. But f of x is nothing but sine square x. As we have the modulus sign, so we must consider this is nothing but the modulus of sine x. So we may not be knowing whether it's positive or negative. And therefore g of f of x is equals to modulus of sine x, exactly satisfying the first one. And similarly, f of g of x is equals to sine root x. F of g of x is equals to sine root x. Let me check over here. Sine of root x. Yes. F of g of x sine root x whole square. Obviously, we can see that one. In this case, g of x is equal to root x. And f is equal to sine. Can I write this one as a sine square of root x? Yes. If that is the case, I can replace this one as a g of x. It's nothing but sine square of g of x. Sine square g of x. And therefore, it is satisfying the condition that f of g of x is equal to sine root x taken whole square condition. So, sine square 6x. And sine square root x. Yeah, sine square root x. And this is nothing but actually g of x. So sine root x and this value exactly satisfying the condition here. So therefore g of x is equals to root x. Sine root x whole square, I'm supposed to get it. Sine root x whole square. Just I got directly here. Substituting the g of x value is equals to root x and f of sine x value. You can check up otherwise. F of g of x is equals to, f is nothing but sine square of root gx. But root gx is nothing but actually, is it root gx? No, sine square of g of x, that's all, not root gx. And therefore it is a sine square of root x, satisfying exactly. So clearly you see that the option is first option exactly satisfying the answer here. Coming to the next one, 33. When f of x is defined from 1 to infinity to 2 to infinity, f of x is x plus 1 by x, find its inverse. F is defined from 1 to infinity to 2 to infinity, so right. And f of x is equals to x plus 1 by x. Minimum value of this one is equals to 2, exactly satisfying the condition. And now you proceed with the inverse. To calculate, let me equate it to y. So that x square plus 1 is equals to, it is xy. It is a xy. Why don't you try and find out x in terms of y? X square minus xy plus 1 is equals to 0. Now why don't you calculate x in terms of y? Minus b plus r minus root over b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So y plus root over this value, because the range is nothing but 2 to infinity, the domain is so 1 to infinity, it is supposed to be 1 to infinity, therefore x is equals to this number, y plus root. So definitely when you take up option wise, you have the inverse of the function x plus root of x square minus 4, x minus root of x square minus 4. So both are there. Let me identify and find the solution for the problem. It is x is equals to, it is y plus under root of y square minus 4 divided by 2. Why? Because here the value is from 1 to infinity. Is possible when you take up here the value when y is equals to 2. So 4 minus 2, 2 by 2 will be equals to 1, satisfied exactly. Therefore answer is equals to plus sign only. So therefore we'll be getting x plus root over x square minus 4 by 2. So the answer for the problem is equals to A itself. Yes. Coming to the next step. So let us proceed a few problems related with the statistics and linear inequalities and programming. If x bar is the mean of n observations, definitely x bar is equal to sigma xi divided by n, which implies sigma xi is equals to n into x bar. So the value of this one, it is a sigma xi minus x bar is nothing but actually sigma xi minus sigma x bar. This means nothing but x bar, the mean has to be added n times. And but sigma xi is nothing but nx bar. And minus this is n times of x bar. Both of them subtraction is 0. So the answer is equal to 0. The answer is 0. C. Coming to the next one. x1 to xn be n observations and x bar be their arithmetic mean, then the formula for standard deviation is equals to how much? We know the standard deviation direct formula, this one among the options wise, it is 1 by n under root of x sigma under root of 1 by n sigma xi minus x bar taken whole square. Now coming to, so the answer is equals to C. It is a direct formula. You need to memorize a certain formula. You have to remember it. Coming to the next one. The mean of 100 observations. The mean of 100 observations is 5. The mean of 100 observations, that means n is equals to 100. The mean of 100 observations is equals to, so x bar is equals to 5. Mean of 100 observations is 5, means the mean, this is the mean mu, and this is the number of participants. So the mean of observations, that means n is equal to 100 and a is equals to 5. Okay, then the standard deviation is equals to 50. Standard deviation means it is a sigma is equals to 50. The sum of squares of all deviations is equals to how much? Sum of all squares of deviations is how much? So we know sigma square is nothing but actually sigma xi square by n minus sigma I by n taken whole square of it. But this is nothing but the mean. So x sigma square is equal to sigma xi square by n minus, this is actually the mean. The mean of the square is nothing but how much here? 25. And how about this value? That value is given to you 50, and therefore sigma xi square divided by n is equals to sigma square minus plus x bar square, and that implies a sigma xi square is equals to, it is n multiplied by sigma square plus x bar square. Okay, that I'm simplifying, that is equals to n multiplied by 7 sigma square. What is sigma square value? 2500 plus x bar. X bar is equals to 25, and n is equals to 100 observations. So therefore 252500. So the answer is equals to 252500. Let me take up the next one. C is answer here. The fourth one. If A, B, C, D are the observations with the mean n and standard deviation yes, the standard deviations of these observations, of course, it is quite obvious this is nothing but the standard deviation original one only, because the shifting, the actually by addition of the scalar multiple to every data does not change its standard deviation. So the answer is equals to A. Coming to fifth one. You are given sigma x square is equals to 18,000 and sigma x is equals to 960. So what is the variance of the data? Variance of the data. You are given sigma x square is equals to 18,000 and sigma x is equals to 960. X equal 960. The variance which we need to calculate. So what is the variance of so the variance is equals to, it is sigma xi square divided by n minus sigma xi by n taken whole square of it, and that is given by 18,000 divided by 60, because there are 60 observations are there. 18,000 divided by 60 minus sigma xi. But sigma xi is equals to how much? You got it? 1800. Xi is 960. So 960 divided by 60 taken whole square of it. And therefore that is equals to 300 minus 256. And that is equals to 44. Yes, coming to, so the answer for this problem is equals to 44. Coming here, the next one. In a group of students, the mean weight of the boys is 80 kilos. The mean weight of the boys. So I would assume that the mean weight of the boys is equals to 80 kilos. And the mean weight of the girls is equals to 50 kilos. The mean weight of the girls is equals to 50 kilos. And if the weight of all the students is equals to 60 kilos, weight of all the students is equals to x. So therefore x g, how much is that given? The mean weight of all the students, that is nothing but actually xb bar plus xg bar divided by b plus g, where b indicates the number of boys and g indicates the number of girls. And that is given to you as a 60. And from this one, let me simplify. And you are given one more concept, that is xb is equals to 80. The mean weight of that one. So I think it is not the mean. I think it is sigma xb and this is sigma xg. Sorry. From here, we can say that sigma xb by n, that by b, where b indicates the number of boys, that is equals to 80. At the same time, sigma xg divided by g is equals to 50. So from here, sigma xb is equals to 80b. And sigma xg is equals to 50 times of g, the number of girls. Okay, therefore from here, you can see that it is 80 times b plus 50 times g divided by b plus g is equals to 60. Now I have to simplify this one. So let me take up here 80b plus 50 times of g is equals to 60b plus 60g. And 80b minus 60b is a 20b is equals to 10g. And therefore b by g is equals to, or g by b. So the girls by boys is equals to 2 divided by 1. The ratio is equals to 2:1. The answer for the problem is equals to 2:1. Coming to the next one. The standard deviation of n observations. Standard deviation of n observations is equals to sigma, then the standard deviation of lambda times of lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. See, remember one thing, that for all observations xi, the standard deviation is nothing but the sigma. Sigma is the standard deviation. And the variance is nothing but, and you are given that the standard deviation is a sigma and the variance is nothing but sigma square. If I multiply lambda to every element of the data, then the standard, the variance should be multiplied by lambda square. So the variance should be multiplied by lambda square. And therefore from here the standard deviation is nothing but modulus of lambda multiplied by sigma. Therefore the standard deviation varies as, so modulus times of lambda. So keep in mind one thing. Suppose if the data x will be having the mean is equals to mu and the standard deviation is sigma and the variance is sigma square. then for the data ax plus b, the mean will be a mu plus b, whereas the standard deviation will be is equals to modulus of a multiplied by sigma. Variance will be a square times of sigma square. So the addition will not affect any of the value of the standard deviation, but the multiplication would be changing it. So the answer for this problem is equals to modulus lambda sigma. Next one. The coefficient of variance of two distributions are 50% and 60%. So the coefficient of variance. The coefficient of variance is nothing but the sigma divided by x bar into 100 is nothing but actually coefficient of variance. You are given that one is nothing but actually the 5%. It means coefficient of variance one data. The coefficient of variance of one distribution is equals to 50%. That's nothing but actually sigma 1 divided by x1 bar, that is equals to 5%. 5% or 50%? 50%. So therefore it is 50 divided by 100. Coefficient of variance is equals to 50 by 100. And similarly, the coefficient of variance of the second one, that will be 60%. So therefore, this is sigma 2 by x2 bar, and that is equals to 60 by 100. And you are given the data, the means are nothing but 30 and 35. So the mean is 30, 35. Sigma 1 divided by 30 and sigma 2 divided by 35. 30 and 35. You are asked to calculate now the difference of their standard deviation. And that is equals to, you have 50 by 100 and this is equals to 60 by 100. Simplifying, lambda is equals to sigma 1 is equals to 50 by 100 multiplied by 30, that is equals to 15. Sigma 2 is equals to 60 by 100 multiplied by 35 divided by 35. And simplifying this one, 35 or 25, I hope it is 25. Okay, let me check once. So okay, the difference, how much you have, so that is equals to 21, but 21 and 15, the difference is equals to 6 is not possible to get it. I hope this one is a number, so it's a doubtful, that is 25. I think it is a 5. So 60, yeah, I hope it is 25, when the 25 fours, correct. So 25 fours and 4 threes are 12. So 15. So 25 and 15 fours. So this is nothing but sigma 2 can be calculated as 60 divided by 100 multiplied by 25, 4 times and 15 times. The answer is equals to 15. And 15 minus 15 is equals to 0. So the answer is equals to 0. So definitely the answer is, this number is 25 but not 35. Sir. Coming to the next one, 14th one. If the standard deviation of this data is equals to 2, then the standard deviation of 3x1 plus 7, 3x2 plus 7 and so on. See, the addition will not be affected. Okay, the standard deviation will not be affected by the addition of a number. But you are multiplying 3, so you need to multiply 3 to this one. Suppose if 2 is the standard deviation, the standard deviation of this data is equal to 2 multiplied by 3. Answer is equals to 6. Yes, the answer is C. Coming to the next one, the variance of the series of the form. So the variance of the series of the form. for 3x1 plus 5, the variance is equals to 36. So standard deviation is equals how much? 6. Okay, standard deviation is equals to 6. The standard deviation of the series of the form 5x plus 3 is equals to how much? So definitely the standard deviation of 3x1 will be equals to 6 only. And for x1 standard deviation will be is equals to 6 by 3, that is equals to 2. And for 5x1 the standard deviation is equals to 2 multiplied by 5, that is equals to 10. And therefore 5x1 plus 3 standard deviation, and that gives you the answer is equals to. So I hope we'll be getting 10. That's it, because the addition of 3 does not affect the standard deviation value. So therefore the answer is equals to 10. Okay, right. Coming to the next one. The mean of 100 items is 49, and it was detected later that 3 items were wrongly entered as 40, 20, 50. So the mean of 100 items is 49. The mean of 100 items is equals to 49. So I write it is a sigma xi is equals to 100 multiplied by 49, the mean. But in which there are 3 numbers which are written wrongly, and those wrong numbers are 40, 20, 50. So 40, 20 and 50 plus remaining, that is a sigma xi, sorry, I think it is xi dash is from here, you will be getting it as a 4900. See, these numbers, actual numbers are 60, 70, 80. So this number should be 60, this number is supposed to be 70, and this number supposed to be 80, plus sigma xi dash must be is equals to. So how much is the extra that you are supposed to add? 20 plus this is a 50, and this one 30 plus 4900. So that this overall thing will gives us the sigma, okay, xi, that is equals to how much value you will be getting it up. So I think 30 plus 20, 50, 100, when you add up, you will be getting 5000. Okay, dividing by 100, and that gives you x bar. The actual mean is given by, I hope you will be getting 50. The answer is equals to 50. Yes. Okay, coming to the next one. A few inequalities we'll see. The region represented by the system x greater than or equal 0, y greater than or equal 0. Clearly we know x greater than or equal to 0 will be the first quadrant, y greater than or equal 0 first quadrant. X greater than or equal to 0 means right side to the y-axis. Y greater than or equal to 0 means it is above the x-axis. And therefore definitely the common region is nothing but the quadrant 1, the first quadrant. So the answer is equal to A. Coming to the second one, the graph of the system of n equations. So x greater than or equal to 0, that is right side, and y is less than or equal to 0. Less than or equal to 0 means to the bottom effect. So the common portion is nothing but actually Q4. It is the fourth quadrant. It is the fourth quadrant. C is answer. Coming to the next one. Modulus of x minus 2 divided by x minus 2 greater than or equal 0. Say, since it is greater than or equal 0, modulus of x minus 2. If I can assume that, modulus of x minus 2 divided by x minus 2 greater than or equal 0, definitely x cannot be equals to one thing. At the same time that when I take up, suppose modulus of x minus 2, if I take it as x minus 2, if x is greater than or equals to, that is equals to 2 minus x if x is less than 2. And definitely in this case it will be satisfied by x minus 2 by x minus 2, and that is equals to 1 greater than or equal to 0, exactly satisfying, and therefore x is greater than or equals to 2, only the correct answer. So therefore the answer is 2 to infinity, but cannot be equals to 2 open interval. So the answer for the problem is equals to x is equals to 2 to x belongs to 2 to infinity. Coming to the next one, modulus of x plus 3 greater than or equals to 10. So modulus of x plus 3 greater than or equals to 10 means that x plus 3 must be less than or equals to minus 10, or x plus 3 must be greater than or equals to 10. X is less than or equals to minus 13, or x greater than or equals to 7. So therefore answer is minus infinity to minus 13 including 7 to infinity. So the answer is equals to up to minus 13, 7 to infinity. So the answer is equals to D. Coming to next one, x is less than 5. So definitely when I multiply minus sign on both sides, minus x will be greater than minus 5 only. So the answer is equals to minus x is greater than minus 5. C. Let's find the solution of the set of the inequality x greater than or equals to 2, x is less than or equals to minus 3. X greater than or equals to 2, x is less than or equals to 3, obviously from option C would satisfies the clear condition. So therefore it's x greater than, x greater than or equals to 2 means nothing but x is x greater than or equals to 2, x less than or equals to minus 3. When they take up the number line, minus 3 is less than 2. So therefore x is less than or equals to minus 3, x is greater than or equals to 2. So therefore definitely there is no common solution for this one. The answer is equals to D. Correct. Let me take up here 2x minus 1. 2x minus 1 less than or equals to 3, 3x plus 1 greater than or equals to minus 5. So 2x is less than or equals to 4, x is less than or equals to 2, and 3x is greater than or equals to minus 6, and x is greater than or equals to minus 2. And therefore it should be greater than or equals to minus 2 and is less than or equals to 2. Therefore it lies between minus 2 and plus 2. So the answer is equals to B. Minus 2 to plus 2, B answer. Coming to the next one. Modulus of x plus 2 less than or equals to 9. Modulus of x plus 2 less than or equals to 9 means modulus of x plus 2 less than or equals to 9 means that x plus 2 value lies between minus 9 and plus 9. So x lies between minus 11 and plus 7. So therefore x belongs to the closed interval minus 11 to 7. So answer is minus 11 to 7. Next, the graph. A few points related with the linear inequalities also. Let me take up that the graph of the function here, x greater than or equals 0, y greater than or equals 0, and 3x plus 4, y less than or equals to 12. X greater than or equals 0 in the first quadrant, y greater than or equals 0 first quadrant, and 3x plus 4y less than or equals to 12. This can be written as 3x plus 4y. If I take up equal to 12, then I can say x by 4 plus y by 3 is equals to 1. So x-intercept is equals to 4, y-intercept is equals to 3, and therefore this would be the straight line you get it. And when I substitute 0 comma 0 over here, so in this inequality, so therefore 3x plus 4y less than or equals to 12, 0, 0 when you substitute, you get 0 less than or equals to less than 12, satisfied the condition. And therefore, and at the same time x must be positive, y must be positive, so the answer is nothing but this region. So the interior of the triangle including the points on the sides. So the answer is equals to B. The answer is B. Coming to next one. The region of xy plane okay, which is represented by the inequalities. X lies between -2 and +2, y lies between -2 and +2. See, x lies between -2 and +2, y lies between -2 and +2. It is quite clear, both of them are included also. And therefore, when I take up x-axis, y-axis, x equals to -2, y is equals to +2, y is equals to, x equals to -2, x equals to +2, y equals to -2, y is equals to +2, x equals to -2, y is equals to, so x equals to -2, x equals to +2, y is equals to -2, y is equals to +2, y is equals to -2, x equals to -2, y is x is equals to +2. So obviously, I think it is the coordinates are 2 comma -2, and this is 2 comma 2 and -2 comma 2 and -2 -2. This is nothing but actually called a square. So they form actually a square. Coming to the next one, yes, the answer. The solution set of the linear equation is represented on the number line as like this one. See, clearly this is a shaded part. As it is a shaded part and left hand side, therefore we'll be getting it as, so from here up to 7/2, minus infinity to 7/2 exactly satisfies the condition here. So 7/2, because this is not included, therefore it is open interval. So the answer is might be the first option. The answer is the first option. Coming to this one, and 9/2 is included because of the thick dot here, therefore 9/2 to infinity. So 9/2 included, and therefore 9/2 to infinity would be the answer for the problem. So the B is the answer. Coming here now, the graph of the inequality x square plus y square is greater than 0. Set the plane xy plane, that means all negative values, positive values, x square plus y square, set of all points in xy plane other than those who lies in the axis. So lies on axis, I think on axis, yes, 2 comma 0, 0 comma 2 satisfies the condition. There are also points. Set of all the points on xy plane other than the origin. 0, 0 when you substitute greater than. Yeah, set of all points in xy plane other than origin would satisfy the condition. I hope it satisfies the result here. So the answer is C, because 0, 0 when you substitute, it doesn't satisfy the equation here. Coming to the next one, the maximum value of z subject to the constraint that 2x plus y less than or equals to 30x plus y less than or equals to 24. Let me take up here 2x plus y. Less than 30 means x divided by 15 plus y divided by 30 is equals to 1. So from here, x by 24 plus y by 24 is equals to 1. So if I can take up the inequalities, here the diagram 15 and 30, x-intercept is a 15 and y-intercept is a 30. So this is a 15 and this is a 30, and this is 24, 24. This is a 24 and here it is 24. So this is one straight line and this is another straight line, both of them intersecting at the point, and that will be obtained by the solving the equation. So 2x plus y is equals to 30 and x plus y is equals to 24. So when I take up, I think x is equals to 6 will be satisfying the condition. Therefore y is equals to 18. So 6 comma 18. So generally in most of the cases the maximum value attains at the point of intersection of the two lines. So let me take up the maximum value. 6 6 are 36. The x maximum value is given by 36 plus 72. So therefore the answer is nothing but 108. So the answer is equals to 108. Let me check this condition here. This 108. Yes, answer is 108. Coming here, the next one. In the following figure, the shaded region is represented by. So which one is representing it? So 0, 0 has to be satisfied here because x greater than or equal 0, y greater than or equal 0. Of course, the last two are correct here, but When I take up the B option, that doesn't satisfy, this that doesn't satisfy, therefore you can discard them. And x less than or equal 0, this also you can discard it. So answer is equals to this one, because x is less than 0, y less than 0 doesn't satisfy. So the answer is equals to C. Is only one option. So answer is equals to C. Right. Okay. So this about some of the problems related with the sets relations continuation. We take up the other part of the problems in the next video. Thank you.